Okay, so today's going to be a riff practice or solo practice. For those that don't know, riff practice is basically me just trying to learn stuff, so it's just a progress video, nothing too serious, you know. I am just using my phone next to my amp, so hopefully the sound's not too bad. But today's riff practice is going to be Dokken's It's Not Love, the solo. And we are tuned half step down, but the track is tuned a quarter step down, but you can still play it a half step, it'll sound fine. I've been wanting to play this solo for a long time, but I think if I recorded it like when I originally was practicing it, like many years ago, it would sound terrible and I would have ended up redoing it anyway. So pretty much we're doing a breakdown. I might add tabs to it. And again, this song has a ton of layering and everything, but this is like the most main part of this guitar you can hear. Okay, so it starts with the open D and G pinch harmonic with the whammy bar down. And then we got this kind of consistent pedal tone riff that's in the thing, but it's this. But that 9/7 type of thing is pretty consistent. Do it slower. That's 7/5/7, slide to 9/7 on the D. Then we got the bends, the first bit of bends, actually the only bends. 22 on the B, 20, and then 22 again. Some very heavy Malmsteen vibrato. And then high E, 17, 20, 17 on the B. So 17, 20, 17 on the B. And then 20, 19, 17, 19, 19 on the G. And then you got this crazy slide, kind of Warren D. Martini thing from the 17 to the 14 roughly. So with the bends, right? Then you go back to another pedal tone kind of riff. It's a little bit different, but it looks like it's 9G, open A few times, 7G, and then 9/7/7 muted to 8/7. I know it's confusing, I'm not explaining it that great, but it sounds something like this. Next is this neoclassical kind of riff with some hammer-ons and pull-offs at the end. So that is 15, 17, 13, 17, 12, 17 on the high E to 15 B to 17 high E. And then the pull-offs is 13 to 12 on the B. And then 14 on the G. And you can do 14 G sliding to 10 to 12 to 14 again. You know, something like that. Okay, then you got this kind of tappy, fast riff. It's really repetitive because it's just the same pattern, just moved. It's basically two patterns. So 10th fret on the G, 12th fret G, 14 G, 17 tap, and then you go back. Then you move it a half step down to 9, 9, 10, 12. Tapping 16 instead. So that would be. And then you just do the same thing on the D string. And then you end it with a hammer-on from the 10th fret to 9 on the G to 7 on the D vibrato. Kind of tapped it at the end, but whatever. And I gotta work on tapping myself, but the main key thing for tapping is making sure that everything you're not playing is muted. So if I'm tapping the 17th fret on the G and holding down the 10th fret, I'm gonna take the top of my finger, the little pad, and touch the D string with it. So then that way it's muting it. So like watch, ready? G string, D string. If I didn't do that, it might sound like this if I accidentally tap fast enough and like get off the fretboard, you know? You know, just sound bad. So try to mute as much stuff as possible that you're not playing. It might just help. I gotta work on making sure that my pinky's not accidentally hammering on other stuff when I'm tapping. So that's just something I need to work on. And then another little thing you could do with this tapping lick is because it's starting on the 10th fret, right? You can kind of have your finger already on the 10th fret, and then just kind of pluck the 17 around there, as if you're going to pluck an open string. So that way you're just preparing for the tap right after. Just make sure you don't have to do so much work as possible. That's basically it. So I'm trying to mitigate everything I can do to make it easier to play. And just for good measure, I'm just going to play everything super slow and add the tabs and whatever. It's alright. So hopefully I learned the solo eventually. I just got to play it slow, and I already got the riffs memorized. It's just playing it clean, especially with the tapping part, making sure I'm not hitting other strings. And then the pedal tone, kind of neoclassical thing. Making sure that's nice and quick and clean. And then bends, I always got to work on my bends. But yeah, that's the video. You guys take care. Bye. God, I suck at guitar.